In a key game in the SEC, the only two left unbeaten in Southeastern Conference play. And Keith Bogans has pulled a Joe Namath. He's guaranteed victory for Kentucky tonight as they've won 6 straight. Tennessee comes in with a 7-game winning streak. Jerry Green's team has something else to say about it, possibly, though.
We will have to play a very fine basketball game, and it's going to be one of those to where I don't think what's said in the paper will make one difference once the ball is tapped and we're ready.
Bogans has, don't he?
Well, he's fired him up. We're ready. Ron Slay said he will find out tonight.
All right. This one goes all the way back to 1910. There's it, and Parker. John Clockerty's got ball in hand. We're just about set for the 189th meeting. This is the oldest rivalry that Kentucky has. Tennessee's beaten them more than anybody else has, and they're the last team to beat them here at Rupp, and that was 2 years ago.
You know, Brad, this game could be won by the benches. Both clubs are very deep.
Tennessee, 4th in the country, their highest national ranking in over 30 years, and Victor misses the opening shot. Back come the Wildcats.
Wildcats have played a lot better basketball, winning 6 in a row with the smaller lineup. Prince playing at the 4 slot.
Here's Bogans with Fitch on him. It'll give and go with Prince. He'll try the long jumper. Got it.
Wow. Wow. And his daddy's happy. He's going to see him for the first time as a college player tonight.
His dad drove almost 3 days from California to get here and saw his son hit the opening shot of the ball game.
Fitch just forces a turnover with his quickness defensively against Higgins. There's his dad.
There's Thomas Prince.
He said, that's my guy. That's my guy.
He might get another one right here. Almost got his own rebound, and Hathaway clears it off for Tennessee.
Hathaway gives him that big, strong presence down in the post as a rebounder.
Victor almost mishandled it, had it blocked underneath by Fitch. And he stepped on the baseline.
You know, Fitch has been really a great asset. When they recruited him out of Macon, Georgia, they didn't think he was going to be this kind of player right away. But he's given them a lot of quickness. He's very active defensively, as you see him here. And he's starting to make the 3.
First time we saw him this year, I remember you saying, man, he's just a jolt of electricity for him. And all of a sudden, since the Indiana game, he's a starter.
Well, here he is in his zone. They're matching up.
Higgins way out. Missed a 3. Loose ball. Parker. The outlet to Bogans.
A lot of electricity in this building right now. A lot of excitement.
3 weeks ago, it may not have been this exciting, but Kentucky's put a nice run together. As has Tennessee. Here's Fitch, the guy we just talked about, and they drew a foul inside.
I'll tell you one thing. He brings a lot of spirit and enthusiasm, Brad, and he gets everybody else fired up. It becomes contagious. Tubby Smith's really pleased with his diaper dandy.
Tubby in his 4th year.
Look at those numbers. They built monuments for guys that win national championships. It's incredible what he's done here.
Tubby Smith talked about what number 4 has brought to his lineup.
He plays with such heart and such hustle. He doesn't have great numbers right now as far as shooting percentages and scoring, but he does all the little things well. Defensively, he's all over the court, and he's probably our best rebounder for his size. He just has great heart and great hustle.
Not a bad free throw shooter either. Knocks them both down. It's 5-0 Cats.
Full court pressure. You don't want to give the Cats this kind of momentum on your home floor.
Yarbrough touches it for the first time tonight.
What a matchup. Bogans and Yarbrough, 2 of the best in the SEC.
Higgins, nice crossover dribble. Here's Hathaway, the big body underneath. And he's fouled by Parker. Parker gives away about 3 inches and a lot of pounds in there.
And a lot of experience. When you look at Hathaway, he's been around for years. Jerry Green, 16-1, the best record in Tennessee history. And starting right now, just doing a brilliant job with this basketball team. Very deep. You and I caught them in their worst performance, the Virginia game.
That's the only setback they've had.
But they showed so much character to go up 2 days later and beat Syracuse when they were undefeated. Then they went to Hawaii and beat a good Iowa team. Look at Hathaway posting up on the inside. The big, strong guy going to take it at Parker. Parker trying to challenge him.
Charles knocks down both free throws for the opening points for Tennessee.
Full court pressure by Tennessee.
Saul Smith with Tony Harris. A couple of guys with a lot of experience at the point playing against each other tonight. Bogans give and go with Parker.
Great two-man play right there. Very unselfish play by Bogans. The little two-man game with Jason Parker.
Kentucky by 5. Opening 2.5 minutes.
It's going to be fun tonight, partner. This is going to be fun.
I think so.
Tomorrow I had a lot of fun with Mike Patrick down there with Wake Forest and Maryland, but this is going to be fun here tonight.
Yarbrough, high bounce. Kept control of it, but missed the shot, and here comes Prince with a rebound.
Center, give it up to Saul. Should have given it up.
Bogans will try a 3. A little short. Harris tips it to Victor and right back to Tony. He's going to try a running 13-footer, and the rebound he got himself. And they'll call jump ball. Possession arrow goes the other way.
One of the reasons they're a better basketball team now, Tennessee, is shot selection. They understand what a quality shot is, and Jerry Green has been preaching that since he arrived on that Tennessee campus.
Taking good shots, but not hitting them tonight. They're 0 for 6 to open, and they trail by 5.
But eventually, if you take good shots, quality shots, you're going to get production.
I saw him last Tuesday night on Super Tuesday against Alabama in the opening 5 minutes of the second half. They were as good as anybody we've seen.
I watched that first 5 minutes, you and Larry doing that game, and they were brilliant.
Parker wants it down low against Hathaway. Gives it right back to Prince.
Oh, what a great play. And his dad jumps again. A little give and go. Tayshaun Prince trying to put a show on for his dad. Hey, get that sign down so we can see his dad. Oh, Tayshaun, really great maneuver. Little two-man game. Little give and go. The simplest play in basketball. The simplest play in basketball. The give and go. The ball's going to go into the post, right down the gut, and the little simple give and go, people. Movement without the basketball. One of the lost arts in the game. And in the jam and the finish.
Prince has 6. The lead is 8. And he picks up a foul in the backcourt. That's about the only thing he's done wrong so far tonight.
Looks like a different player from what you and I saw earlier this year. People have to realize, Brado's looking at it, they're 9-5. This team easily could be 12-2.
Yep.
They lose a heartbreaker to Michigan State at Michigan State by 1. They get beat in overtime by UCLA. I mean, this club has lost.
Georgia Tech got him at the buzzer.
Yeah, you and I did that game.
5 losses by 14 points.
And a star was born down there. It was Holston Lane went wild for Georgia Tech.
He and Sean Fine, the big shooters for Georgia Tech right now. Here's Prince with a rebound. He is playing inspired basketball, I'm sure, with his dad in the stands for the first time. And he feeds inside to Parker.
A score.
Goaltending on Hathaway.
I'm really impressed the way Parker is posting up here tonight. He seems like a man who wants the basketball. Look at him posting up in the lane. There's the little jump hook in the lane. And anytime you try to block it right there, directly over the hoop, you're going to count that.
Ron Slay's checked in, one of the best 6th men in basketball and one of the leading scorers on Tennessee's club. And they're going to need some offense. They're down by 10 in the opening 3.5 minutes. I don't think Tubby in his wildest dreams could have imagined it could have gone this well this early.
Mr. Excitement is Mr. Play.
Yarbrough hits a 3.
Yarbrough came very close, he told me today, to going to Kentucky. He said he was right there, so serious, thinking about Kentucky and North Carolina.
So that 3 brings, and now Slay being talked to by Jim Burr.
He's Mr. Enthusiasm. He's got that headband on. Look at him bouncing like a heavyweight champ, like a fighter who wants to come out. He wants to take on Tyson.
Well, Tyson lost his license. He might not be fighting for a while.
About time. Look at the field goal shooting. Tennessee struggling.
Pitch blocked by Yarbrough out of bounds.
Slay has probably the best personality in the SEC since a guy by the name of the round mound of rebound, Charles Barkley, when he was down at Auburn.
Not as wide a body as Charles, at least what Charles has now.
But he has the
He's on
verb.
the diet now.
He's got all
the verbs, yeah.
Yeah, Charles got a little round. He got a little rounded.
Slay on Prince. Wide open, Saul Smith for 3. Got it.
Great ball reversal. They are playing well. They're moving the basketball. They're hustling, moving their feet defensively. This is the best I've seen Kentucky in the times I've done their game.
Inside, Slay got free and got mugged by Parker. Got Parker up in the air, drew the foul. That's 2 on Parker. 15:37 to go in the half, and Kentucky off to a great start. They lead number 4 Tennessee by 10. (15-5) Kentucky by 10 with 15:37 to go in the first half. Kentucky giving away some size tonight with Jason Parker, the young guy, number 42, having to bang against all the seniors and the bigger bodies for Tennessee. Tubby Smith talked about that problem that Jason will have tonight.
They're very athletic. Isaiah Victor can block shots. Vincent Yarborough, Charles Hathaway. They all are great shot blockers. So he's got to be really conscious of that and recognize who's guarding him, use his shot fake, use some up and under moves to try to get them off their feet to score, or look to pass the ball to the open man when they rotate over the block a shot.
The only problem he's had is a couple of early fouls, so he'll get a breather here with 15:37 to go first half. Tennessee likewise has gone to its bench. Hayslip in there along with Slay and Higgins. Tony Harris at the point. Yarborough out on the wing.
I think they're one of the 3 deepest teams in America with Michigan State and Wake Forest. They got so much depth, so many athletes they can bring in at different spots, Brad.
Little matchup zone thing going on now, Dick, for Kentucky. Here's Harris open. Missed the 3. Fitch battling Slay. Jump ball. This one will stay with Tennessee. Nice hustle by Fitch, a little guy, giving away some size, but hanging in there with Slay.
And that's the way you ruin respect from your teammates. As you look at Mr. Slay right now, I think he's the premier 6-man in basketball. Remember my roll-aid special team gives you instant relief.
And that's over and back. Tennessee turns it over.
Jerry Green saying, what is going on? As Tubby's got to be all fired up with his performance early. But you just know Tennessee's going to make a run and get really back in this game. They're too talented.
Now John Clockerty and Jim Burr conferring with Doug Shouse about whether or not that should have been an over and back. The ball looked like it hit off of Saul Smith in the front court and then went to the back court, but we'd have to look at a replay to make sure. And they reversed the call.
The ball must have been touched, Brad. It must have been touched. Good call. See the refs get together and getting it right. You don't see the coaches moaning about it. I think that's a good call right there.
Let's see now.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if Saul touched that ball.
I don't think he did. He got hit in the mouth, but I don't know if he touched the ball. At any rate, the folks here at the new replay boards at Rupp Arena just showed the replay that we showed you.
So, yeah, you should get a foul. They say we got to shot a foul. Freeze it right there. Freeze it. No contact by Saul.
Now, as the ball goes off of Yarborough's hands, his left forearm got Saul Smith in the chops. We've got a timeout. Kentucky in front by 10. 15-12 to go in the half. Kentucky with 15. Tennessee only 5. Reminder coming up Sunday on ESPN2. Women's NCAA basketball, number 7 Iowa State taking on the 19th ranked Wolfpack of North Carolina State. Then at 3, it'll be the 15th ranked Sooners of Oklahoma and the North Carolina Tar Heels from Chapel Hill. That's Sunday, women's basketball on ESPN2.
Hey, congratulations to Muff McGraw and the unbeaten Irish Notre Dame with that big win over Connecticut. But we also want to send our best wishes for a speedy recovery to Tamika Catchings, a tremendous young lady.
Her knee gone and her career gone, and she's probably watching tonight. Tamika, we wish you all the best in your rehab. Great college basketball player.
I had a chance to spend some time with her down in Arizona at the Fiesta Bowl when we were down here. They played outdoors against Arizona State. And Pat Summitt had me in a locker room with the young ladies. Carol Lawson. What a great bunch of young ladies she has on that team.
Yep, there's some serious players, too. Here's Harris. Tony got that 3.
He's really been very selective with his shot selection this year, and it's made him a better point guard. He's really taken on the understanding of how to distribute the basketball and looking for quality shots.
He is not the gunner we used to see 2 or 3 years ago. Bogans down low. Stone in the paint with a hook. And Keith Bogans keeps it alive. Right back up with it.
Keith Bogans with that little turnaround jump shot.
Yarborough looking for a pick.
Got to get a little better spacing now offensively. Kentucky doing a great job giving help on the defensive end.
Hawkins now guarding Tony Harris.
Hawkins very quick. He and Slade played in high school together at Oak Hill Academy.
Yarbrough got a three. That's his second three-pointer of the night.
He's very cool, I'll tell you. You talk about a guy that really has great ability, but yet when they beat Syracuse, he got a deuce. That shows you the balance on this team. They have like 4 guys averaging 13 points a game.
And they got about 4 more than 6 or better.
You're right on top of it. You come out of that football booth, you come right out on the top. Great job, by the way, in that game. I tell you, great job in that Oklahoma game.
Thank you, partner. 6-point Kentucky lead as Tennessee with back-to-back threes is sliced into what was a 10-point cushion.
Hawkins gives him a lot of quickness when he's at that point. He could really penetrate, get to the basket. There he is.
And he tried to dish off down low. Finally did get it to Stone. Tony Harris comes out of the pile in a hurry.
Want to see quickness. This guy's ultra quick with the rock in his hand.
Higgins for 3. Clanged it off the back of the iron, and Hawkins with a rebound. Here's a lob to Bogan.
Oh, what a great pass. What a great pass. The diagonal up and away. Keith Bogan from Samantha High.
Beautifully executed lob. Kentucky again by 8.
What a combination. Forte and Bogans together in high school.
Not bad, huh?
Oh!
Slay looking for room on the baseline. Yarbrough, same spot. This time it rims out on him. And Higgins will kick it to Harris. Tony Harris, nice thought, but too low. It hit Yarbrough in the foot and out of bounds. Tennessee turns it over. Watch this look. And a perfect pass to Bogans.
Yeah, just a perfect pass. I thought trying to be a little too spectacular. You got all kinds of orange back there. How he got that through is beyond me. I was ready to say bad pass, bad thought, but you couldn't tell it to Mr. Hawkins.
Ryan Staff's checked in for Tennessee.
What a high school team. Steve Blake played for that high school team. I'll see you tomorrow from Maryland.
Here's a 2-on-1. Bogans. Slay got him. Prevented probably what would have been a jam. Slay picks up back-to-back fouls. Boy, this crowd is into it tonight.
Oh, they really are fired up. I bet this Kentucky crowd is so hungry. They know one thing, a passion for winning here.
They started 3-5, which was one of the worst starts in many, many years, and now put 6 in a row together and packed this place tonight. And it's definitely put the electricity in the building.
You know, I was talking to Tony Harris today. I said, Tony, I'm going to make you an announcer. Pick the 5 guys you would like if you were picking an all-star team in the SEC. He picked Joe Johnson of Arkansas. He picked Rod Grizzard, a super guy, multi-dimensional from Alabama. He picked Haslam out of Florida, D.A. Lane out of Georgia, and Keith Bogans. Those were his 5.
Not a bad team.
Not a bad club. Picked by Tony Harris. The Tony Harris All-Stars.
Here is Tully at the point. Hayslip off the handle, out of bounds.
Really struggling right now offensively. Can't get any rhythm to their offensive game. Could it be you and I? Because every time maybe we sit up. No, you have Alabama, so it can't be you.
We saw them against Virginia look a little bit like they're looking right now. Prince thought about a 3. And whistle foul inside.
I think he gets Marvin Stone on the interior with a left arm. John Clarkity with the ball. He's all fired up today. Clarkity's all fired up, he and Jimmy Burke.
And a traveling violation. That is 3 straight turnovers by Jared Green's Volunteers.
They won that tournament out in Hawaii. They played 7 games in a 3-week period. They were never home. They were on the road, going all over the place.
They had a long road trip. They still have only played 9 home games at Thompson Bowling Arena. Nice bounce pass inside by Bogans, and Stone hammers it home.
Kentucky goes, look at that turnover. Steal by Blevins. I mean, they are fired up. Tennessee has to get a wake-up call, Brad. They better psychologically get a wake-up call because this club is playing with unbelievable emotion.
Ryan Staff got the foul. An 11-point Kentucky lead.
Watch the steal right here by Blevins. He steps right in the passing lane. Sloppy pass. And there's the foul and the contact. Hawkins taking it to the goal.
Cliff Hawkins, as you mentioned, I saw him point at Ron Slay before the ball game, a teammate of Slay's at Oak Hill. They kind of winked at each other and smiled, and now playing against one another here tonight. And Hawkins, a freshman.
They went undefeated. They were 32-0, number 1 in the USA Today poll. They had Hawkins, they had Slay, they had Travis Watson from out of Virginia. They had Terry Reynolds, an outstanding underrated guard for a very good Toledo team. Was also on a team, and Blake Glossy-Damara, outstanding point guard for Maryland.
No wonder they were undefeated. There's a blocking foul on Hawkins. He gets a free throw and then turns around and gets a foul immediately.
Pretty good having a high school team that has 5 Division I big-time players.
Tubby with a 12-point lead with just over 12 to go in the first half. Putting a little shocker right now in the 4th-ranked team in the country.
Kentucky's had a problem, though, of allowing people back in games with them.
Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale from a sold-out Rupp Arena. Is another steal by the Cats. Bogans ahead to Prince. Made a tough catch, and now pulls it back out wisely. And he had it knocked away by Yarbrough.
Hawkins trying to keep the ball away from Harris. He's trying to deny him the basketball. Look at him out there playing defense. Doesn't want him to touch the ball.
Harris got around Hawkins on a runner. Victor trying to muscle inside and muscled maybe too much.
So important to have good shot selection, and that comes usually with good space in the ball movement and player movement. Not happening for Tennessee.
Kentucky leads by 12. Under 12 to go in the half. Everybody getting in on the act.
Bill Pito back in the studio. Duke and Boston College. Duke only up by 4 at the half, but they turned it on in the second half. Carlos Boozer, the jam. And then towards the end, a little bit chippy. Jason Williams and Lenny Walls. Coach K doesn't like that. Duke has now won 6 in a row. They win it big, 97-75.
Well, at least Marcus Camby wasn't there. Thanks, Bill. 23-11. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale at Rupp Arena. So BC was within 4 at halftime, 42-38. But Duke showing why they're Duke right now. Kentucky 9 points off the Tennessee turnovers so far.
Al Skinner doing a great job with that Boston College team. But what about Craig Esherick, undefeated with Georgetown?
Yeah. Seton Hall last night. Off a miss. The cleanup is Eric Daniels.
Daniels a good diaper dandy. Gives him an active player. He and Fitch give him a real spark with their quickness, and so does Hawkins.
All the Tennessee field goals are 3-pointers, and they've only got 3 of them, and they've just missed another 3. And look out, Dick. You almost had Cliff Hawkins in your lap.
Yeah, and all the water in my lap as well. Unbelievable. Hawkins with that quickness here, knocking us over.
You and I had pretty good reaction time, though. We were backing up in a hurry.
Yeah, not bad for 61, huh?
No.
Pretty quick. I was pretty quick.
I thought you should have taken the charge, basically. But.
Oh, what a great way to make a living, I tell you. I had a lot of fun. Stealing cash, my friends.
That's you. Yarbrough on a pick on the baseline. Kentucky picking up the defensive intensity. Yarbrough on a fade. Got it. Just inside the 3-point line.
Well, he's shooting the ball fairly well. He's keeping him in the game.
That's their first 2-point field goal of the night. And it comes almost the midway point of the half. Walker picks up the foul. Harris Walker, who just checked in.
Walker, a quick guy, can play the point as well. Walker and Woods come off the bench, usually give him a spark. This Tennessee team, as we said, is so deep. They've shot over 50% from the floor 7 times this year. The Vols have not allowed an opponent to shoot 50% all year. I mean, they've been a solid club all season, other than that blowout against Virginia. What is happening to those Cavaliers? I'll see them Saturday against Missouri. I can't believe that's the same team we saw play against Tennessee.
They were so good that night. Looked like they could have beaten some NBA teams.
They also beat Purdue handily. So you beat Purdue and you beat Tennessee by a big margin. You got to be a pretty good basketball team.
Hawkins knocks them both down. 3 points for him. Lead back to 14.
Look at that defense. Look at that defense he plays.
And Hawkins a little overzealous with his defense.
Yeah, great footwork. He had quick feet, beating him to the spot. But then he reached in. He made the no-no. See, as soon as you reach in, they're going to blow the whistle. He had great positioning with his feet, good quickness.
Charles Smith checks back in for Hawkins.
Think about how good this club would have been had they had Jules Kamara.
Right.
Who really not only hurt himself, hurt his teammates. As you look at Don, I got a big hug and kiss from her tonight.
So if you go home with lipstick on your collar, Lorraine knows where you got it. Yarbrough got free on the elbow, missed the shot. Stone clears it off. Done a nice job on the boards.
He gives him a big power guy on the inside. He was thinking of becoming a transfer in the middle of earlier this year, and then all of a sudden got some playing time, played well against Indiana and Louisville.
Kentucky's been out-rebounded 6 times this year, but they've won 5 of the games, which is kind of odd when you look at statistics. That one might be one that lies, and that was the Michigan State game. They only lost by 1.
In the last 4 games, they've been out-rebounded.
There's what we're talking about. In the last 4, they've won them all, including the win over Notre Dame over the weekend.
And I'll tell you another one that makes you wonder about statistics and rebounding. Alabama had 26 offensive rebounds. As we watch inside,
Esto missed a hook. Victor will clear it off.
Auburn had 20 offensive rebounds, and South Carolina had 16 against Tennessee, yet they won all those games.
Yarbrough again a 3. Got another one. That's 3 tonight for him.
Now Mr. Yarbrough showing these people why they wanted him so badly, why they were trying to recruit him.
He's got 11 to kind of keep the Vols within striking distance. Right now they got to be thinking about having this thing down to single digits by halftime as we're past the midway point of the first half. Bogan slips and falls and turns it over. Harris will bring it up against Saul Smith, and he's going to try to do it himself. He drew a foul.
Nice little drive right there by Harris. Little one-on-one maneuver from out of Memphis. Part of the Memphis guys that have went elsewhere. Robert O'Kelly now playing at Wake Forest. Corey Bradford down at Illinois. John Calipari's putting a sign on now. You will not leave this city. Even though Ernie Shelton signed with Alabama from out of Memphis.
A lot of great basketball played in that city.
I can't wait to go to Alabama. I haven't been there in years. You and I will be there next week for Kentucky, Alabama. To see Mr. Gottfried's club, Grizzard. I can't wait to see him.
Tuscaloosa, here we come.
Yes, sir.
Harris at the free throw line. He's only one of the 5 free throw shooters in the SEC.
They say at the end of the game, if the game is close, they want Tony Harris with the ball in his hands. Look at Mr. Slight. He's preaching to the crowd. He's got the hands out wide.
He's been booed every time he's touched the ball so far tonight. So if you hear that, you'll know why.
I think he likes that, though. He really encourages
it. Kind of thrives off that.
They said they were upset with him last year that he was egging on the crowd big time when they were beating Kentucky down there at Tennessee.
Larry Conley said to him last Tuesday night, "You might be the most flamboyant person in the SEC." And he looked at Larry and said, "What do you mean?" We know he knows what he means, but
I think he likes it too. And he backs it up.
Bogan's crossover against Grindstaff, works for a free shot and got it.
I'll tell you,
nice move.
Is he really playing well? Passing the ball well, taking good shots. Got the headline that we are going to win tonight. Joe Willie Namath, he's backing it up, baby.
He's got 7 so far. Oh! I hope his knee's all right. Tony Harris just slipped and fell, and he gets up. He looks down as if to say, well, I just hit a wet spot. That didn't look so good when he first went down.
You're right. 4-year player. He's been here. This is his 4th time. Look at Bogans right now. He's going to back you in, and then he's going to spin in the lane. Just a little spin, a little fadeaway J. Tickle the twine.
Tony Harris' legs must be made out of rubber. I can't believe he just hopped back up after that spill he just took.
This Eastern Conference, boy, the SEC is dynamite. Florida in that conference as well.
These are the only 2 remaining unbeatens in the SEC battling here tonight. Esto trying to pull down a rebound. Harris, nice play to knock it off him and out of bounds.
Marcus Esto hurt his ankle in practice on Sunday, and there was some doubt whether he's going to play here today. He's had so much tough luck with injuries. As the
That's
ball
a nice play.
Coming right off Esto.
Tennessee's bench, we talked about it. 33 a game. They had nothing so far tonight.
They're going to get Slason touches on the inside. They're going to get the ball inside to the big guy.
Yarbrough going one-on-one as it's stripped by Bogans. And out of bounds.
I'll tell you, Bogans taking charge. He says, tonight is my night. This is my turf. This is my building. You're not coming in here going out with a W. And that was his message, loud and clear, all over the paper.
In the Cats' lair so far tonight with 8 minutes left in the half. They lead by 11. Tennessee has never led. Bogans again. Air ball this time on a 3.
And that was the problem with Kentucky earlier this year, shooting the basketball from the perimeter. We have said so many times, the way they defend and the way they play so aggressively, if they can make shots from the perimeter, they're a dangerous basketball team.
They started to make those shots against Indiana, and once they warmed up, they've stayed pretty warm.
They really played well in that game against Indiana.
They shot lights out for about a 15-minute stretch in that game. They couldn't miss.
Especially Bogans and Prince.
Yep. Lob underneath. Prince let his man get away. Victor still missed it, and Prince clears off the rebound.
Victor having a tough time here in Kentucky. He's from Kentucky.
He drew the biggest round of boos tonight when he was introduced out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Prince got him in the air. Knocked it down.
Nice play by Prince. A little triple threat position. Brought a little head fake. Put the ball to the deck. Shoot the jumper.
Kentucky by 13.
Standing ovation. Standing ovation. Look at him shooting tonight. 50%. Only 27% Tennessee.
Harris missed a three. Woods will try. He clangs one. And Bogans, they say, had partial possession when he stepped on the baseline.
They're really being challenged on every shot defensively. Got to credit to that defense of Kentucky.
All Kentucky so far. Tayshaun Prince, the last trip down court, gives his team a 13-point lead. Well, Blue Boys having a good time tonight. 31-18. He's got reason to cheer. His Cats have led from the get-go. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale back at Rupp Arena. This is as well as we've seen Kentucky play. Probably doing a little bit of everything right.
They really are. They're passing the ball so well, playing so unselfishly, giving the ball up to the open shooter. And when you do that, you get quality shots. Take a look right here at this sequence. A little give and go. There's the extra pass, and there's the jam. A little layup. Take a look there. There's the great pass, and you got the jam. Unselfish. Take a look at Bogans. The little drive, the little dish, and the jam. And another player. Unselfish, baby. 8 players have scored, and they're giving the rock up to the open man, just like I give the mic to you all the time. Unselfish.
You give up the rock about twice a game. Tennessee's only got 3 guys in the score column. Harris is one of them. Missed that three. Prince the rebound.
I think they're too impatient now offensively. They're not making that extra pass that their coach always preaches about.
They're getting a little bit frustrated. I agree with you. Fitch inside on a runner.
I like his quickness. I like the spark he brings to this club. Gerald Fitch, a perfect example of not a spoiled superstar out of high school.
And he comes down with a block shot on the other end.
Look at the spark he's giving his team. He didn't have the big value, all the stats and all the credentials coming out of high school.
Prince working against Slay. And it's going to be an offensive foul on Tayshaun Prince.
As soon as you spin in the lane like that and turn your back, defensive player is going to step in here. Now look at Fitch. He splits the defense, and there's the quickness from out of Macon, Georgia.
Runner-up to Georgia, Mr. Basketball in Class 4A last year in Macon.
I mean, he had a great high school career, but he didn't come in with that big-time McDonald's All-American superstar background.
Doubleheader coming up on ESPN tomorrow night in the ACC. Clemson will take on the 6th-ranked Tar Heels of North Carolina from Smith Center. Clemson 1-2 in the conference right now. North Carolina playing very well. And then Wake and Maryland will get together. Dick, you're going to see these 2 guys.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see Sungala, terrific player, and Dixon, an outstanding second guard. Big game for Maryland to win that game on their home floor. Last week, they got beat by North Carolina at home, and if you're going to be with the elite, you must protect your turf.
Twin bill tomorrow night from the ACC on ESPN.
Boy, Mike Patrick, I'm so envious of him. He's going to get in the car with his beautiful bride, drive to the game. I got to get up early in the a.m., fly here, fly there. It's not fair, Mr. Patrick. It's not fair.
He's laughing about it right now, too, I guarantee you. Hathaway's 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Charles has picked up his free throw shooting the last couple of weeks.
You know, Tony Harris in the game here. We ran a poll on my website. Who's the best point guard? Jason Williams got 43% of the vote. Frank Williams, 22%. Harris got 4%. He was like 6th in the ballot.
Nice adjustment.
What a performance.
Still in the paint. He's got a chance for a 3-point play.
I can only simply say this about the Kentucky performance up to now. It has been awesome, baby, with a capital A. Look at the extra pass again. Estel scoring on the inside. Just so unselfish tonight.
You don't ever want to think you can come into this place and have a cakewalk. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. You know, getting back to that poll we had on my website, Jason finished 1, Williams 2nd, Tinsley 3rd, Gardner 4, Hendrick 5th, Watson 6th, Satterfield 7, and Harris 8. Not bad.
That thing took a few hits in the last couple of games.
Oh, wow. He had 46,000 vote for who's the best second guard.
There's a baseline jumper by Harris Walker.
Harris Walker with the jumper, and the winner of that was Joseph Forte. 35% of the vote, followed by Bellinger.
Astor tried a 17-footer, and Slay will clear off the miss. Still a 14-point lead for Kentucky.
What a brilliant performance so far. Defensively, offensively, it has to be packaged as their best performance thus far this year.
Inside block shot by Astor. Picked up by Smith. Trying to outlet it, hit Hathaway in the noggin. Who's going to come up with the ball? Big pile up. They'll call Hathaway for walking.
Jimmy Barr with the call. Sloppy sequence right there. Jerry Green saying, what has happened to my machine? They practiced so well this afternoon, getting prepared for this game. They were in good spirits, 16-1.
Not such good spirits right now over there on that bench.
I don't know, reminiscent, like we said, of that Virginia game. But you got to credit to Kentucky. Really well prepared tonight.
Astor wants it down low against Hathaway. Prince gives it to him. That one way off the mark. Looked like it slipped a little bit on the hook.
Yeah, it really just slipped out of his hand.
Walker. Nice move with the left hand. Couldn't finish. Bogans a rebound. Here come the Cats. 3-on-3. Bogans. Smith. And he lost it going up.
Great article by Billy Reed about Saul Smith earlier this week about how the kid plays with such a passion. He gets the most out of his ability. You can't really shortchange him. He gives you everything he has, and that's all you can ask from an athlete, to give his best. And Saul Smith does that every time he comes on his floor. There's his brother, Gigi.
Gigi, assistant, actually listed as a manager in the Kentucky side there, more of a GA assistant coach type position. Mom's here, obviously. Here's Slay with a hook. Got it.
They got to go inside to him a little bit more. Slay's the kind of guy that can move a lot of points on the board quickly. He came off the bench, got 27 and 10 against Syracuse.
Bogans open momentarily. Missed the shot, though. Hayslip will pull down the rebound.
See right there, you got to manage the clock a little bit, take some good shots, move the ball. He shot the ball a little too quick right now. Tennessee's got to go a little spurt now to get a little momentum to go in at halftime.
Let's see if they can cut it down to 10 this trip. Yarbrough trying to back in, wheels on Fitch. Nice defense, but a foul.
Ooh, they got a foul on that play. Oh.
It'll be his first, and it's going to send Yarbrough to the free throw line with a chance to cut the lead down to 10.
Take a look at Yarbrough now spinning on a baseline. Ooh, I don't know about that call right there, Mr. Nessler. I don't know about that call right there.
Hit a tip on the elbow,
yeah, very tip. I mean, you know, I was mentioning earlier, the pressure when you think of Saul Smith. I read an article yesterday that really touched me so much. It was written by Dan Wetzel, who's here tonight from Basketball Times, about Chris Webber's brother, who plays at Central Michigan. How David almost got to the point of thinking of taking his life because he had to try to live up to all the pressure of being Chris's brother.
Yeah.
And then he made a great quote. He finally has got away from that, and he's doing a great job at Central Michigan. He said, you know what? Fans screaming at me that I'm not like my brother. Well, you know what? There aren't many guys like my brother.
Who else is, right?
Chris is one of the top 5 in the NBA. I salute you, David. You're having a great career at Central. He played with Shane Battier in high school at Detroit Country Day.
Crowd is quieted momentarily. They won't now.
Not now. Daniels and Fitch. What a lift those type of dandies are giving them.
Goes right back to 14, just when it looked like Tennessee was going to make a little bit of a move. We're under 4 minutes and a half. Slay way out. Got it.
Is that big guy impressive? Inside, outside. He's a premier 6th man in the game.
Daniels will try another. Yarbrough clears off the miss.
Shot that down from his hometown of Cincinnati.
Here's Slay trying to back in on Estill. Estill blocked the shot. And outlets it to Smith. Bogans. Saul Smith. Got the three.
They're on fire. They're going to be tough to beat tonight.
That one puts Saul Smith over 600 career points. That's a good way to go over a milestone.
Now they're backing out into their man-to-man defense. Little zone right now. Looks like a little matchup.
Crowd is deafening at Rupp Arena.
Now it's in the man-to-man.
Bogan's a rebound. He'll run with Fitch. Missed. Got it back. They're going to get a third shot at it.
This first half, Kentucky has out-hustled and out-scrapped Tennessee.
Saul Smith's three put Kentucky in front by 14. Kentucky by 14 with 2:32 remaining in the first half. Their bench has been sensational. We talked so much about Tennessee's, but Kentucky's 13 points off the bench tonight. And Tubby Smith talked with us about how youthful his Wildcats reserves are.
The problem that we have is we're backing up freshmen with freshmen when they come out of the game versus they're backing up their upperclassmen. They may be backing up a Vince Yarborough, who's a junior, with a freshman. Or they may be backing up Isaiah Victor with a Ron Slade, who's a sophomore. Where we're backing up Jason Parker, who's a freshman, with Marquise Estel, who's a freshman.
And all of them have played extremely well tonight.
You know, against Notre Dame, their bench outscored Notre Dame Saturday 26-9 Kentucky. Kentucky's held their last three opponents under 40%, and right now you got Tennessee shooting 28%.
28%. And Tennessee right now has 8 field goals. 5 of them are three-pointers. That's almost unbelievable with 2.5 minutes left in the half.
And usually Tennessee does a great job defending the three-point line. For some reason, I think we're going to see Tennessee make a run. I really do. I just feel they're going to come out with a spark in that second half and make a run.
Remember, the first 5 minutes of the second half is when Tennessee usually owns their opponent. But the way Kentucky's playing tonight, I don't know if they'll let him get away.
Marcus Estel on the inside.
He's got 4.
They're doing it, Brad, inside and outside. They got great balance to their offense right now.
They match their biggest advantage. They're again up 16 at the 2-minute mark. Victor has been non-existent tonight.
He had 34 against Auburn in that overtime win. He was brilliant down in the low box.
He hasn't scored tonight. Higgins trying to drive. Estel swats it out of there, but there's going to be a foul.
Even though there was a foul in that situation, they are showing that they're protecting the basket. And they're doing a great job of closing off driving angles, giving help to one another, really stepping in as Estel with the foul, but really showing right there, you're not getting to the basket on us. There's Estel on the inside, keeps the pivot foot down. Ankle looks okay.
Higgins goes to the free throw line.
And I mentioned some of the tough losses. You and I had that heartbreaker they lost to St. John's when that was that call.
One-pointer, yeah.
Yeah, the call that gave the ball to St. John's at the end of the game. Mr. Higgins, who made the call, even called Tubby up and said in a classy way, I'm really sorry I cost you guys a ball game with a bad call.
That was involving Tayshaun Prince right near the end of the ball game.
So you factor in that game, you factor the heartbreaking loss in the last second at Michigan State, overtime to UCLA. I mean, this club is on the verge of having a great year.
Higgins knocks down both free throws. Those are his first 2 points. Levens in the backcourt right now.
Levens,
here's a steal by Yarbrough. He'll go all the way to jam it.
He's a high riser. There he is with the jam. McDonald's High School All-American, a world of talent.
That gets it down to a dozen with 90 seconds left.
His brother Del Baker stayed back in Tennessee to be with Tamika Catchings. The whole team gathered and waited before they left yesterday, went in the locker room to try and console them.
Dell out with an injury of his own. And almost thrown it away again. Kentucky a little bit sloppy with it the last 2 trips. 10 on the shot clock, 1:10 in the first half. Fitch on the drive. Whoa, look out. Hathaway knocked it out of there. Coming up in a minute and 5 seconds, Courtyard by Marriott. Halftime report, Sports Center in-game. Bill Pito will be along for the Hall of Fame selection and the matchup of Duke and Boston College. We'll talk more about that. Bill will be along in a minute and 5 seconds.
Ooh, Bill will be talking about Kirby and about Big Dave.
Kentucky will be at Ole Miss this weekend, and then at Alabama next Tuesday night on Super Tuesday. And Dick and I will be down there in Tuscaloosa for that one.
You know, one thing about this conference, there isn't one cupcake in the conference. No matter where you go, you better lace them up and come to play. I can't see any cupcakes anywhere in the league. From top to bottom, the balance is incredible.
Yarbrough trying to cut it to single digits, does. Huge shot. He's been the man so far. That's 4 3-pointers in this half.
He has really done a super job keeping him in the game. John Clark with a walk-in violation on Estill coming down that lane.
Estill on the no-look pass from Saul Smith took one too many steps, and now a 9-point game. The crowd is hushed with 41.5 to go.
It was up to 16 about a minute ago. So Yarbrough has done a great job with that steal, and then with the big three. He's been the guy for Tennessee making the big plays.
He's got 17 first-half points right now.
One of the last great teams they've had at Tennessee were during the Ray Mears era when they had the Bernie and Ernie show in the mid-70s. Ernie Glenfell and Bernard King, they were sensational. What a 1-2 tandem they were.
A basket here would be huge before intermission. Harris feeds the post. Yarbrough lost the handle. Bogans comes out of the pile ahead to Blevins. Estill underneath, and he's fouled.
Should have given the ball back right there. Blevins should have given it right back to Bogans, and they had an easy layup. But you got to communicate. You got to talk. Blevins had no idea that Bogans was behind him. Trailing, you got to give it back. See, but right now, Bogans got to yell, "I'm behind you, I'm behind you." Communication, communication, offensively and defensively, so important. Look at Yarbrough, 17 in the first half, shooting 6 for 10, 4 for 5 from the trifecta.
He's been the guy that's kept him within striking distance.
And earlier this year, he was struggling shooting the ball. Tayshaun, 3 for 6, got 8 points.
He was the big scorer early as he really came out of the blocks. Estill now with 5 off the bench. So Daniels and Estill each with 5 off the bench. And balanced scoring by Kentucky in this first half. Got them both.
Estill's really been a spark plug off that bench with that bad ankle.
11.7 seconds remaining in the first half. An 11-point game now with Kentucky in front, and they have led throughout. Dick Vitale, who has spent so much time at Rupp Arena complaining about the lack of food in the media room, and that all changed tonight before the game.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy. What we got here?
On behalf of the University of Kentucky Athletics Department and the Kentucky Pork Producers Association, we'd like to offer you one of our butterfly boneless pork chops, grilled to perfection with Kentucky barbecue sauce.
Well, that's really nice of you, man. It's better than what they used to have here, huh, Brooks? I tell you, I've at least got some food here. On behalf of
You're always complaining. Now, the last time you were here, you gave us a lot of pop.
So the Kentucky Pork Association brings the food in for Dick, and he doesn't have to complain anymore. They know how you hog the microphone. I assume that's where the pork situation came into play.
I'll tell you what, I used to tease my guy CM Newton. I said, "Where's the food here?" But it was up to the people at Rupp, and now they got that pork inside. Look at the play.
Harris knocks it down right before the buzzer. Tony Harris on an adjustment.
That's a momentum builder. That's a momentum builder. Tennessee fans and Tennessee have to be happy to get in at halftime.
Watch Tony Harris, their senior leader, and watch the adjustment on Bogans in midair and drops it down.
Wow.
Makes it an 8-point game at halftime. Could have been a lot worse. They trailed by 16 at one point. Courtyard by Marriott halftime report is next. Bill Pito standing by. Bill.
Brad, thank you very much. Coming up, SportsCenter in game. Who gets into the Hall of Fame?
Dan's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Chevrolet. If only everything was as dependable as a Chevy. Chevy, we'll be there.
Kentucky up by only 8. We say it that way because they had a 16-point lead on 3 different occasions in the first half. Welcome back to Rupp Arena, everybody. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale. Could be worse. Vincent Yarbrough and Tony Harris kept Tennessee in it, but Kentucky's played great tonight.
Kentucky has played a great basketball game, but unfortunately for them, they're only up 8 points because of the great run at the end. Yarbrough kept them in the game, and that's what the star players got to do. Make big plays when your club is struggling. Right now, the next 5 minutes are really important here to Tennessee. As you look at the numbers.
Those 7 of 15 3-point field goals, 4 of those are Yarbrough's for his 17 first-half points, and you see Kentucky is out-rebounded Tennessee as well, but they had a 10-2 run there in the last minute and 50 seconds to end the half. And remember what they also do to start second halves this year. We talked about this last week. They've outscored their opponents in the first 5 minutes of the second half, almost double. And so let's see if that holds true. And you can bet that wasn't lost on Tubby Smith, as he's told his troops, watch out for these guys to make a run now. Let's just get back to what we did early in the ball game.
Well, they got Uncle Momentum on their side now. Get a little mo going in at halftime to get it psychologically under double digits.
Bogans for 3. Rebound, Fitch.
He has really played well. What a spark he has given his club. At 13 against Notre Dame.
Saul Smith leaves it out for Tayshaun Prince. He'll drive and score.
Tayshaun really a lot more active than we saw. Remember earlier this year, we couldn't believe it when we were watching him against Georgia Tech. He didn't have that kind of spark and bounce.
He puts the Kentucky lead back to double digits to start the second half.
Isaiah Victor's got to step it up. He's got to give him some point production down in a low box.
He only gave him 3 rebounds and no points in the first half.
This kid loves playing. You can just see the spark in his eyes.
And he pushed that one a little too quickly. They're going to call Yarbrough for kicking the ball, apparently. So Kentucky will get a fresh clock and the ball.
Tubby working that sideline.
Smith and Parker and Fitch. Bogans and Prince, the starting 5 on the floor.
That's a small lineup. A little bit quicker lineup with Parker on the interior, giving post presence.
Trying to feed the post. Yarbrough knocks it away, and Kentucky turns it over.
It's a very good Tennessee basketball team. They've got a lot of talent on that floor. Very capable of going on an unbelievable spurt.
Each team with 12 turnovers in the ball game.
He feels it tonight. He wants the rock. I got to give Victor some touches. He was wide open that time. They missed him down in the box, Brad.
Now they get it to him. He squares up and spins on Prince. Missed the shot, though, and Fitch has his second rebound of the half.
I'll tell you, Fitch does a great job rebounding for a guy that doesn't have great size.
Fitch thought about a 3. He'll take the 3. Yarbrough the rebound.
Kentucky, good job defensively in transition, getting back.
And
get an offensive foul
on Tony Harris.
Oh, I don't know about that call right there, Brad.
Tony doesn't either.
Tony's like stunned. John Clarkity calls it with authority. Let's take a look. Here he is now. He's going to take the ball to the goal. Going to watch this now. Change the direction. There's the... Oh, he goes with the hook. Yes, sir.
He hooked around the hip with his...
Sir.
So it's a good call.
Yes, sir. Excellent call by John Clarkity. Right on top of it. Execution out of your 5-on-5 set. Really important to having a good offensive rip. Doesn't walk.
Prince walks with it. Back-to-back turnovers for Kentucky.
A little sloppy out of the gate. Coming out sloppy here out of the gate in the second half. Tubby Sartorio, resplendent, sitting on that sideline. Used to sit next to Mr. Pitino when Rick was here doing his thing. Hey, forget about anybody dreaming that Rick will be back in Kentucky. He had a great run here, loved it, did a phenomenal job. Oh, yes, Mr. Victor. They got to go to him on the inside.
Finally gets free for his first basket and his first points of the ballgame. A guy that's averaging 14 to lead the team. Lead down single digits again. Saul Smith backing up and almost fell into Tony Harris. Bogans, baseline. No foul call, out of bounds to Kentucky.
Wow, I don't blame Bogans. He's saying, what about the contact? I'm in a one-on-one situation, take it to the goal. You know, a minute ago I mentioned Pitino. They got a great coach here. And there's some people still dreaming that maybe there's the chance that Mr. Pitino will come back to Kentucky if, let's say, for example, Tubby were to leave. There's no way. Rick Pitino is going on to newer situations.
Fitch tries a 3 and hits it.
I tell you, he has really been a star. He has been a diaper dandy who has stepped up big in this game.
It's only his 7th 3 of the year.
Plays with such enthusiasm and feeling.
Yarbrough. His jumper goes and he got fouled.
And he got fouled. 4-point play. Look at Yarbrough. He said, anything you can do, I can do better, Mr. Fitch.
20 points for Vincent Yarbrough, including the last one with Fitch on him and fouls him.
He's doing all he can to keep them in the game.
This is only the 23rd three-pointer Fitch has tried all year, and he knocks it home.
Isaiah Victor now. We're going to show him on the inside. Finally getting a score on the inside. There he is. Goes with authority to the goal. Quick riser.
Yarbrough trying the 4-point play and caps it. 21.
Full court pressure right now by Tennessee.
It's down to 7. Dick hasn't been this close in a long time.
We thought they would come back. We said it was 16. This club is just too talented.
7-2 is the last time the game was this close.
And Kentucky played so well the first 18 minutes. The best I've seen them play all year, offensively and defensively.
Parker wants it against Hathaway. He'll give it back up. 10 on the shot clock. Bogans runs into traffic. Smith's open momentarily. Missed a 3, though, and Victor will clear it off the backside. Tony Harris free. Harris, reverse layup. Bogans got a piece of it.
What intensity, what emotion on that floor.
Higgins for 3. Big shot. And there's a foul inside. Who's it going to be on? Might be on Hathaway. But the basket should count, I think.
Oh, yeah, they got to count that goal. They got to count that goal. That goal was shot before that foul was called. I agree with you, Brad. That definitely was shot before the foul was called on the inside. There's the contact on the inside. There's the 3. Now watch. You're going to see the 3. There goes the 3. Now we're going to watch the contact. Freeze it right here. See, here's the foul right here. After the ball went through the hole. After the ball went through.
Down to 4. Here's Tennessee again with one of their patented 5-minute stretches to open a second half.
What is Jerry Green telling them at halftime?
I don't know. Parker missed in close.
He must have some oratory at halftime.
Bogans, though, knocks down the baseline jumper.
There's Bogans with a little medium-range jump shot, a shot that a lot of guys don't have anymore.
Keith Bogans has 9. Crowd trying to get their team back into it. They led by 16 in the first half.
What a special building. What a special environment. So much enthusiasm. What a love they have for the Cats.
25th year in this arena. And they win most of the time here. Victor inside. His hook won't go. And the rebound is Fitch's.
Didn't go up really strong there. Went up weak. Should have taken that ball up with a little more authority. Parker trying to establish post position down in the low box. Hathaway putting a body on him.
Fitch on a drive. Yarbrough blocked it, but got him with the body.
I like the way Fitch attacks. Dribble penetration, gets into a gap, attacks. I love teams that utilize the dribble penetration. Attack defensive players, break them down. Here he is attacking the D. Gets into the gap and seam, right into the big hole.
So Fitch will go to the line.
How did Jimmy Herrick let him get out of Georgia?
I don't know.
Let him get out of Georgia. What a great win he had this week when he beat Mississippi. Came from behind. D.A. Lane playing really well.
Slay's going to check back in for Tennessee, and Hathaway will come out.
You know, you speak about this division that they're in the East. When you think about Florida, what a tough break for Billy Donovan. Losing not only Brent Wright, but Teddy Dupay, and maybe for the year.
Yeah, Dupay's worse now, apparently.
Had surgery. I got to pick my all Band-Aid team, my all Johnson & Johnson team. I'll have Wright, Dupay, Rodney White of Charlotte, Lamont Rowland, LSU, Mac McGadney of Auburn.
Kentucky by 7 at home with 14:56 left in the ball game. Coming up Saturday, ABC Sports has great college basketball regional action for you at 2 o'clock Eastern. It'll be Temple and DePaul, while some of you'll see Missouri take on Donald Hampton, number 9 Virginia. Saturday at 2 Eastern on ABC Sports. Payne Weber brings ABC's college basketball. Temple falls to St. Joe's tonight. St. Joe's has won, what, about 8 in a row?
Yeah, they're really playing really well. Full Martelli's club got a nice backcourt. Marvin O'Connor and a tremendous freshman that really people don't know about. Jameer Nelson really understands how to play the point guard slot. Very underrated.
Here's 4th-ranked Tennessee trying to get back in this game. And a miss by Harris. And he got it right back. Just went and swiped it from Hawkins.
He is so quick. He really comes from behind. That was a pet peeve of Jimmy Valvano. Jimmy V used to talk about that all the time. Nice recovery.
And Higgins loses it out of bounds. So turnovers on both ends.
I tell you, Phil Martelli doing a great job with St. Joseph. What about Jerry Tarkanian's Fresno State Bulldogs? They're on fire. Tito Maddox is sensational.
Fritz has been quiet since early. Victor may have gotten a piece of that shot, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul on Tennessee. Foul's going to be on Slay. And that will be his third. Rupp Arena sold out as always. A place where Kentucky wins 90% of the time in the 25 years they've played here. They've won 16 straight at home against Southeastern Conference competition. The last team to beat them in front of Blue Boy. Actually, he wasn't here. I don't think he was old enough at that time.
You and I were here.
That's right, Tennessee. Then number 6 Kentucky fell to an unranked Tennessee team a couple of years ago. Here's Prince inside.
Nice move by Prince. Very active without the ball. Good catch. Taking it up strong with that left hand from out of Compton, California. Dad's still in the house saying, that's my guy. He comes from a high school where they got a great high school player, Tyson Chandler.
Whistle and a foul. It'll be on Parker, and that'll be 3 on Parker.
We're going to take a look at Prince. Special play. There he is with the catch. A little bump on the inside. Nobody communicates defensively, and he gets a little layup. That's a no-no, especially when you're trying to come from behind. You give a little layup like that.
Roshan has 12 points now.
Kentucky's zoning right now.
Slay, hook on the base, and the rebound. Parker, the outlet to Bogans. Keith Bogans.
He excels taking the ball in the basket. He's got that great body.
So
super strong. Yes, sir.
He's lost about 20 pounds, but he hasn't lost any of his strength.
And these fans haven't lost any of their enthusiasm. This place is rocking.
Whoa. Offensive foul on Walker.
Wow, is this place exploding? It is rocking here. Hey, Mr. Prince, you better be on cloud 9. I know tummy feels good.
Tennessee's going to take a timeout. Out of control is Walker on that drive.
You're being very kind saying out of control.
Tayshaun Prince took the charge, and Kentucky's on a 7-0 run the last 2.5 minutes.
It's great to come to environments that are alive. I know tomorrow Mike and I will have one at Cole Fieldhouse where the students really get after it down there at the venerable Cole Fieldhouse. Look at these fans. They paint their faces. They bleed blue. They run around the hotel lobbies all day talking about their cats. They love their cats here in Lexington.
They've won 322 and 36 over the last 25 years. We mentioned 25 of the last 26.
Keith Bogans really has been great here tonight. Taking good shots. Here he is now with a little medium-range jump shot on the baseline. There he is going to the basket, giving the ball up, being unselfish. There he is stepping in the passing lane defensively. Here he is attacking the basket with a little fadeaway J in the lane. Oh, is he playing well? Now here he is taking it to the goal. Little stutter step, little shake and bake. Take it to the goal. Score, Keith Bogans.
11 for Keith, along with 5 rebounds.
That's why he made the Tony Harris All-Star team. Tony Harris becoming an All-Star announcer. We're going to bring him over to ESPN. Join our young guys, Doherty and Billis and company and Cats.
Tony getting a breather right now. His team trailing by 11, 13-24, all that's left. Here's Bogans, who we just talked about. Got it!
Keith Bogans under control. He said today in the paper, they will not beat us on our turf. I guarantee you we will win. He made like Joe Willie Namath, and he's backing it up. He's talked the talk, he's walking the walk.
Here's a steal. Saul Smith in the open court. Bogans on a follow.
Oh, is Bogans stepping up big time. Get a T.O., baby. Get a T.O., Jerry.
Leads back to 16.
This is unbelievable watching them play. That's not the same team you and I saw earlier, Mr. Nessler.
No doubt about that.
And that is called coaching.
Brian Staff underneath. Now Victor trying to clean up and count it. And a foul maybe on Parker underneath. Nope. They're going to call it on Bogans.
Look at the strip right here now. Watch this play. Saul Smith goes to the goal. Now look at Bogans hustling with the conversion. Tubby Smith, what a job he has done with this club. They were 3-5, as you said earlier. A lot of people were down on this basketball team, but he never got down. He talked about the tough losses, the tough schedule, and he said, we're young, we will get better, and he's backed it up. They have gotten better.
The only team with a schedule probably close to being as tough in the SEC has been Georgia.
Yeah, Jimmy Herrick's played a really tough schedule. As you look at Tubby and look at his numbers here at Kentucky, served on a staff with Rick Pitino, did a great job down in Tulsa.
Won the national championship his opening year.
98, then went to the Final 8 in 99, losing to Michigan State. But it never seems to be enough in the eyes of some people. And most people, I think, appreciate all that he's done. But there are some in these talk shows who just constantly criticize every little maneuver, especially after you lose a game. They don't want to understand, Brad, that other teams get talent as well.
Right.
You know, they're just not the only team in the SEC getting talent. Parker. That's what he does best. Super strong on the inside, Mr. Parker.
Biggest lead of the night is matched. That three off the mark.
They look so determined that they're not going to go away. That all night long, a little Lionel Richie too. It's our show, baby, all night long.
Hayslip knocks that one out of bounds on a drive by Hawkins.
So one of my great concerts, Lionel Richie opened, and you ready for this?
Here we go again.
This Turner was unbelievable, shaking and baking following.
Kentucky in front, 65-49. Kentucky again by 16 with 11:47 remaining in this one. Reminder on Thursday on ESPN, a triple header for you. In the Big Ten from Columbus, it'll be the Michigan Wolverines and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Then we'll move on to the Pyramid in Memphis for Conference USA, the Billikens and the Memphis Tigers. And then it'll be Long Beach State and UC Santa Barbara, the Gauchos, for a midnight matchup in the Big West. For more, log on to ESPN.com. That's Thursday night triple header. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale at Rupp Arena in Lexington, where we watched Keith Bogans and a well-balanced Kentucky team so far dismantling fourth-ranked Tennessee. Tennessee got within 4 early in the half, but Parker now going to work inside.
I'll tell you, he's so strong on the inside. If he gets some touches down here, he'll score. He's got to learn to move a little bit better without the basketball to get free, utilizing screens along the baseline.
16-2 run in the last 4.5 minutes. Tony Harris, there's what they're going to need more of.
But they're going to have to make some things happen with their defense. If they're going to get back in this game, they got to put some stops.
Saul Smith around a pick. Parker, strong rebound.
Jason Parker playing like the guy that was advertised when he committed to North Carolina, when he came out of high school and went to prep school, really playing to that kind of a level, to the unbelievable expectations they had.
Kentucky's got a 15-rebound advantage right now over Tennessee as well.
Maybe not rebounded in the last 4 games, Kentucky.
Slay goes up. Did that go in?
Yeah, it did. He scored. Averaging 13 points a game coming off the bench. Remember my all-relief team, Rolade special. There he is right there. We should instant relief.
Parker picks up the foul. He's going to have to come out with 4. Gets a standing ovation as he heads to the Kentucky bench.
Yeah, Reggie Hansen gives him a hand 5. So does Mr. Sutton and Mr. Hobbs, former Alabama head coach.
He had scored the last 6 Kentucky points.
Got out some of the national media. Dick Weiss in a house here.
I don't know if it was the pork producers with all that food, but it was jammed back there.
Yeah, Pat Forty in the house. Love talking basketball to him from out of Louisville.
Between you holding court and the food they had back there, it was a mess.
A bunch of great guys. I learn a lot from those guys. I steal as much information as possible. I steal and steal and steal, and I'm proud. I steal your notes. See, you went to the bathroom, I went all over your notes. I took them. I took Mike Patrick's notes the other day, Brent Musburger's. I went with 3 superstars.
Saul Smith, the inbound. Prince lost it on the way to the lane. Slay with a steal. Now weaves his way down court. He's going to try to do it himself and does.
I'll tell you, I'm impressed with him. I really am. Not so much here tonight, but watching him all year long, watching him last year. Accepts his role coming off the bench.
Bogans got behind a Prince pick, almost took the jumper.
Tennessee needs a few more stops to get this to single digits.
Hawkins out of control. There's a turnover. Slay on the outlet. Tayshaun Prince.
Oh! Tayshaun said, no way, Mr. Slay.
15th block shot of the year. His dad doesn't do a lot of clapping, but I know he's proud of the way his kid's playing right now.
First time he has seen his son play on a collegiate level. And there's the block by Tayshaun. He drove all the way from California. How long did he say it took him?
Tayshaun said it was 2 days and 3 nights pretty much for Dad to get here.
Well, Mike Patrick and I talked about Steve Blake's dad. He drives from Miami all the time to see his son play. As you look at the block shots here, you would think it would be reversed.
Yeah, Tennessee's the #1 shot blocking team in the conference.
There's his zone defense now. Got to get in the gap of that zone. Find the hole.
Double team on Slay. Harris open for a 3. Way off the mark though. Tony says, my fault. He's got 10 points tonight, averaging about 13.
Well, he's been here now. This is his 4th time at Rupp. Got 1 win here. In fact, they've won here 3 times in the 17 matchups that Tennessee's had with Kentucky.
Tennessee has won 3 of the last 4 in this series. Swept 2 years ago. That each team won on their home court last year.
Well, last year they came in. They were 6th in the nation. They were 18-2 Tennessee. Got beat 80-68 here. There's Tubby and David Hobbs, former head coach.
Marvin Stone's going to go to the free throw line. 2 points on the night for the sophomore out of Huntsville, Alabama.
You know, you think you could have been or should have been. Can you imagine what Michael Bradley, who transferred to Villanova to 6'11", who's become one of the outstanding college players, could have been here.
He's averaging a double-double, isn't he, in Villanova? Just about, anyway.
Jules Kamara could have been here at 6'10", blocking shots.
Jules.
They say he plays really brilliantly in practice. Really hurt himself, hurt his teammates. It's hoping he learned from that incident. Driving under the influence. It seems to have really put himself in a positive way now, and that's good news. He'll be a major factor here next year.
Stone short on the second.
And getting 2 great shooters next year. Daryl Carrier, son, Josh Carrier, and Rashad Caruth, who can really shoot the ball. Not a low kill.
Walker kicks out to Higgins for 3. Yes.
He can shoot the ball now. Higgins is the kind of guy to put points on the board quickly from the trifecta.
He had 13 against Alabama last Tuesday night, and much of that came on 3-point shooting in the second half, which is what he's done tonight so far.
And every time it looks like Kentucky's getting away, here they come back. It's down to 11 in college basketball. Mike Krzyzewski made a great point to Musburger and I the other day. He said the criteria was when you were up 10 or 12, you were in great shape. But now because of the 3-point shot, you better be up 20 before you think you're putting somebody away.
And Duke had to struggle a little bit in the first half, but did put away Boston College by 22 actually tonight.
BC's been a great story with Al Skinner, Troy Bell, and Xavier Singletary. The depth factor in both this conference and the Big East is special. I give the edge to the ACC because of the heavyweight teams up on top.
Walker. His 3 goes.
And there it is. Down to single digits.
10-1 run by Tennessee now.
Good timeout right there by Tubby.
Tubby Smith has seen enough. With 8:41 left, he calls a timeout. So Kentucky had a nice run going, but Tennessee turns around, as Dick said, and did it the exact same way. And in the second half, they have 5 3-pointers, Dick, in the second half, and that's a great equalizer you were just talking about.
Yeah, we talk about the 3-point shot so often, how it has really revolutionized college basketball. And Brad, there's a perfect example. You knock down a couple of threes, you're back in the game.
And if Tennessee hadn't hit 7 of 15 3-pointers in the first half, they would have been out of the game to start with.
But a knockout, yes, sir.
So the 4th-ranked team in the country hanging in there, trailing by only 8 with 8:41 left, so don't go anywhere.
I know. Roy
7
Kramer.
straight wins for this group.
Yes, sir. Roy Kramer's not going anywhere. The commissioner, he's excited as heck. I was talking to him at halftime about the depth of the conference, and he's right. There is not one cupcake anywhere you go. Every place you must come to play. But I gave the edge to the ACC, and that's certainly a situation, subjective feeling, only because up on top, the heavyweight teams, Duke, Carolina, Maryland, and Wake are a little bit stronger.
There's a foul on Tony Harris. That'll be his 3rd. Tennessee over the limit, so Saul Smith's going to go to the line for 1-1.
Well, the last 8 minutes going to be big for Kentucky making free throws. Jerry Green so calm, did a great job at Oregon. Was a member of the staff at Kansas for years. One of the trees that the Roy Williams tree of so many guys that do it well. Matt Doherty, Roy, a superstar in coaching, has developed a lot of good minds. He's got a good assistant now, Neil Doherty, that some people should take a look at.
Saul Smith is Kentucky's best free throw shooter.
You jinxed it.
Fitch might have taken an elbow from Yarbrough, but here comes Walker on the run.
See, now they're going to be patient here. They have to hurry up and try to score. Make that extra pass. Get Slay a touch on the inside.
Kentucky has Bogans chasing Harris now.
Prince matched up with Yarbrough.
Walker off the mark. Not a great shot.
No, not a good shot at all. Had good defensive pressure on the perimeter. Right up in his face.
Under the 8-minute mark now. Stone backs in. Missed a hook. Yarbrough clears off away from it. And it'll be Tennessee ball. And we got a timeout with 7 minutes 50 seconds remaining in the ball game. Kentucky holding on to an 8-point lead.
Bill Pito back in the studio. Oklahoma lost to Kansas Saturday. Here they lead Texas Tech by 1. Final seconds. Jamal Brown for Texas Tech. How did he get it to go? And on that shot, Texas Tech beats Oklahoma 60-59.
Wow. 1-point win there. Oklahoma falls here. It's an 8-point game. It's been as many as 18 for Kentucky in this half. They led 67-49. But as you can tell, only 3 points for Kentucky since that moment. And Tennessee has picked up the pace.
Let's look at the summary right here with the bench point production. Tennessee's bench getting a little bit more active. Kentucky still with the slight edge. This house is really alive, reminiscent of the days when it was really special and Rick had the Bombardiers and Pitino had this place going nuts. 89-97.
See if Tennessee can cut it down to 6. Walker got himself in some trouble, put it up there, hoping somebody give him some help. He got it back.
He's so quick.
Harris trying to feed the post, stolen away by Bogans.
2-on-1.
Smith the lob, too deep for Fitch.
Yeah, trying to make a spectacular play there with 7:16 on the clock. Not a good play by Saul. An experienced player. Tubby not happy with that. 2-on-1. Look at the eyes. They tell you the story.
He is in his son's face. I don't even think Mom can help him after that. Kick ball, fresh shot clock with 7:04 left.
You're going to saw. I mean, look at Tubby right now. I mean, he is still. He knows this is going to be a war to the end. This baby's not over. This team is too talented. They should get a touch inside to Slay. He'll make something happen if he gets the rock.
Kentucky in a zone again. Yarbrough trying to dribble around it. Harris, left hand. Got it back somehow. Missed twice.
Yeah, just threw that one up. Really not good shots, Brad. Not good shots for an experienced veteran team. Playing on the road, you got to get quality shots when you try to come from behind. Trying to post Bogans.
With Higgins. Bogans backing in. Got it.
He's as good as any college player when he backs you in and posts you up down in the box.
He's just too strong for Higgins, or most guys for that matter.
From a guard standpoint, there aren't many guards that can do that as well as he can.
Timeout taken by Tennessee. A 30-second timeout with 6:09 remaining in the ball game. 10-point game.
Let's look at Bogans now. He wanted the basketball. He wanted the rock. He says, get it to me and I will deliver. And there's the DeMathis superstar, the buddy of Joseph Forte, the 1-2 combination played for Morgan Wooten.
He's got 18 points tonight, came in averaging 16.1. That is the highest by any Tubby Smith player, while Tubby's been the head coach here. And that is not up there in the 20-plus category that you see with a lot of teams, but that just tells you they have good balance. But you also tells you that guy can sort of take over at times. College Hoops tonight will take over tonight at midnight. as Reese Davis will be along with Jay Billis and Andy Katz at midnight. Top stories. He'll take a look back at this game. How good's number 2 Duke? We'll talk about that, the best player in the country, and bring you up to date on all the scores and highlights from around the NCAA right through Selection Sunday, March 12th of 2001.
And there's a little turnover right there by Tennessee. Kentucky gets the ball back.
Tennessee can ill afford any turnovers now. With 6 minutes left, they got to make every possession count.
You're getting down to winning time. Once you get into that 5-minute mark, you approach what we call winning time. Making free throws, executing special situations, attacking pressure.
Prince drives around Victor.
Nobody rotated over, Brad. You got to rotate over defensively. You got to communicate.
Tennessee ball out of bounds, tipped by Victor.
What has really hurt Tennessee in the last 3 possessions has been shot selection.
Yeah, you're right.
They have really tried to hurry the situation, taking bad shots. Tayshaun Prince, a little one-on-one maneuver. He's a left-handed player. He goes to his strong hand, and nobody rotated over. Nobody can. So you got to rotate. Now he comes in. Where's the defensive help? Where's the help to close off the driving lane? Nobody rotates over, and he gets an easy jam.
We're at the 5.5-minute mark. Tennessee needs some offense, and they need it pretty quickly now. Grindstaff in there. He's a good three-point shooter. Slay's going to try a triple of his own. Grindstaff with the left hand got it.
Nice play by Grindstaff. Came out of Virginia Tech, transfer. Had so much tough luck. Lost his mom and dad in a short period of time in a battle against cancer.
He makes it a 10-point game again with 5 left. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale at Rupp Arena. A sellout crowd as Kentucky's trying to snap Tennessee's 7-game winning streak and probably put themselves back in the national ranking in the process if they win.
One of the great assets they have on his team as the ball's deflected stays with Kentucky is right now. They got a lot of good ball handlers on the floor.
Yeah.
Guys that can really pass the ball. That's a great trademark of the Duke basketball team. They all handle the ball well. They all shoot the ball well.
Kentucky will be at Ole Miss this week and then at Alabama on Tuesday. Dick and I'll be there. Bogan's on a drive.
I mean, Keith Bogans, is he determined? He wants to back up his statement that we will not lose on this floor tonight.
So far, he looks right. Victor, finally, with a little bit of offense, has 6 points in this half.
Isaiah Victor down in deep. He's got the great legs, bounces right off that floor. Managing the clock right now. You don't want to slow it down, but you certainly want to manage the clock and take the high percentage shot with the 10-point lead.
See if they wait until under the 4-minute mark to attempt the shot. Prince working against Victor. He'll try it outside. Up and over the backboard.
Really impressed with the defensive effort tonight of the kids from Kentucky. Gave away some size, but they came out and scrapped. Hawkins certainly gave them a big plus, number 1 off the bench. But I thought the tone was set by Fitch early in this game.
Yeah. Bogans gets a rest with 20.
I'm going to call him Joe Willie now. That's going to be his new nickname. It's not going to be Bogans anymore. Joe Willie.
Broadway Bogans. Victor inside with a finger roll.
Is it too late? Isaiah's starting to heat it up in the lane.
8-point difference. 3:40 left in the ballgame.
Now they got to come up with a stop defensively, really dig in.
Saul Smith rimmed out a 17-footer, but Prince is there to finish it off.
I'll tell you, the Prince is becoming a king tonight. The Prince is becoming a king tonight. Hit his buddy Bogans. Bogans sat there long enough. They should get him in.
What a reverse layup by Grindstaff. I don't even know how he get enough spin on that ball. He knocked it in off the glass, and it's 8 again.
Yeah, degree of difficulty. You're going to give him 5 for that.
Tennessee needs a stop. Parker blocks by Yarbrough, almost taken out of the air. There's their stop.
They're going to foul in the backcourt on Harris. Going to take a look at inside. Now here goes Parker up. He has no idea that Mr. Yarbrough is coming from the weak side.
21st block shot of the year. Couldn't have come at a better time for Yarbrough with 3:05 left. Tennessee's got the ball back. 3:05 to play. Don't go away, though. The difference only 8. Kentucky leading by 8 with 3:05 remaining in the ball game. We're at Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky, where everybody thinks this is the home of basketball if you're a Kentucky fan, but actually Dr. James Naismith with the invention of basketball, the old peach basket, and that's the Sportsmanship Award. With spirit, mind, and body involved, and I am proud to say that my partner, Dick Vitale, will be receiving that award, and you're in some pretty good company there, partner.
I'll tell you, Brad, it really blows my mind to think that I'd be a recipient with guys like Michael Jordan and people like Red Auerbach and John Wooden. Basketball has been a lot better, to me, than I've been to basketball, but I certainly appreciate that unbelievable honor.
Couldn't go to a better guy. Congratulations, partner. And not only that, in the Kentucky Basketball Museum, up through today, the original rules of basketball from 1891 by Dr. Naismith, handwritten on parchment. He's even got a few notes there in the column. They've been on display, and that will remain through tomorrow. And just sensational, and I'm proud to say I work with you, and they couldn't go to a better guy.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. Jan Naismith, the grandson, is here.
C.M. Newton just got that award recently as well. C.M., longtime athletic director here and former coach.
I want to say our best wishes to Kaywood Ledford, battling cancer, longtime voice of Kentucky basketball.
Kaywood's got his jersey up in the rafters here, too. Kaywood, we hope you're doing all right.
Yes, sir. We wish you the best.
Prince, a little hook in the paint. Was halfway down and came back out on him. Last touch by Kentucky. Ball out to Tennessee. Down 8, 2:24 remaining.
I really like the way as Tubby working that sideline. Look at him. Is he active? Oh, is he? Look, kicked it. He wants to do a little dance. He's making like Marishnikov. I really like the way Bogans and Prince have asserted themselves. They didn't do that earlier this year.
Let's see if that's Parker. That might be it for him. That is 5 on Jason Parker.
He wants the kick right there off Slay's foot. Slay's making like a kicker and wants to join the Tennessee football team.
So Jason Parker's going to foul out with 2:14 left in regulation.
Look at Prince being a politician. He got his arm around Clockerty. Wow, he wants to be a politician now.
Jason Parker did a nice job tonight, the freshman.
Yes, he did. He was very solid on the inside. You and I got a chance to talk about a guy that did a solid job here when he played for Richie Farmer. Remember the unforgettables? Farmer and Pelfrey, and you had Feldhouse, and you had Woods, and they had Jamal Mashburn in the Super. 92. What a game that was in a Final 8 against Duke.
So we're down to an 8-point game here with 2:14 left, and Tennessee's got it on the baseline. Grindstaff, Yarbrough, Harris, Victor, and Slay on the floor. Harris somehow found a little room in the lane, and Bogans took it away from him.
Not really a good play. He telegraphed that pass. Telegraphed that pass. Now look at the turnaround here. Instead of having the ball under the basket, it goes the other way, and they go to the foul line. I mean, that's just not good basketball play by a team that's 4th in the nation that's got so much experience.
So Keith Bogans, as Harris picks up his 4th foul, will go back to the free throw line.
And Jerry Green, he covers every detail. It's like a shoot around today. I mean, he broke down the entire Kentucky offense, defense, things that he wanted to do in special situations. He has a great mind for this game of basketball.
Sports Center, 2 minutes, 12 seconds away. Barring overtime. Bogans got 1 of 2. Tennessee would trade that right now if they can hit a 2 or a 3 on the other end, because they're down 9. They're going to need some offense pretty quickly here. Grindstaff got it for him.
I'll tell you, he's been really quality off the bench, Grindstaff. That's the 3rd big basket he's made. Look at his quickness.
Now don't be out of control too much. You got the lead. They missed the shot, and it's Bogans that keeps it alive.
Somebody's got to tell them they're winning. Somebody's got to tell them they're winning.
That's what I would say.
Exactly. 1 minute and 47 on the clock. They're playing like they're behind as opposed to leading.
They could utilize some clock right now. Fitch will go to the free throw line. He's a 68% free throw shooter who's hit 3 out of 4 tonight. So they don't mind having him at the free throw line, but he is a young guy, and we're down at crunch time right now. 7-point ball game.
And what a big spark. Let's solid. I got a feeling he's going to become a coach. I got a feeling that eventually in his career he will become a coach.
I don't know. He's thinking lawyer maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, then like Quinn Snyder. He was a lawyer. He got into coaching. Or our guy Jay Billis, who's a lawyer, is now working in television. With Gigi.
I think Gigi will be a coach.
Yeah, look at Gigi. He's got the look already, huh?
Whoa, that one stayed in for Fitch. It almost rolled back out of the front.
Diaper Dandy's done one heck of a job tonight. Fitch has done one heck of a job.
He comes out, Standing ovation again.
Look at Bogans. He wants to get the crowd going. Look, he's winking on us now. It's like it's all over. He's confident now.
Still 1:45 left, though, and it's still a single-digit game. Harris on a runner.
Tony Harris said it's not over.
Tennessee has not taken very long to score. Their last 2 baskets by Grindstaff and Harris have been quickly getting it in the front court and getting it up there.
And the one thing that's impressed me with Tennessee tonight, we didn't see against Virginia. They have fought. Against Virginia, when they got down, I thought they backed away.
They showed a lot of heart tonight. Look out from behind. And Saul Smith says to Hawkins, I can't hear you. You got to yell louder than that or give me some help.
Hey, Brad, this is not an easy place to come and play. I'll tell you one thing. You know you're always going to get Kentucky playing with fever here.
Hogans gets it into Prince.
This crowd will not let you play any way but hard. Players have to really pick it up here in that blue and white with this crowd cheering on.
7 on the shot clock. Hawkins leaves it for Prince with a hook. It rolled out. Yarbrough saves it. No, he stepped on the sideline. Right in front of the Kentucky bench, no doubt about it. John Clougherty right down there on the baseline. Jerry wants a TO. With 1:02 left, they might have to resort to sending Kentucky to the free throw line now because time is running out. Had they been able to keep that ball in bounds, Yarbrough down there in the corner, if they bring it down and score, it's a 5-point game, and they don't have to do what we expect to be the inevitable now, and that's to send Kentucky to the free throw line. Tennessee basketball team 16-1, Kentucky at 9-5. I'll tell you one thing, this Kentucky basketball team has really stepped itself up from their 3-5 start. They have really come on strong. Playing together, playing unselfishly, and getting great coaching. Going down to Ole Miss Saturday will not be easy, but if they win that game, Dick, there's no doubt in my mind they're a ranked team next week. Oh, they should be a ranked team. I really believe that. Even if maybe they split these 2 games. I mean, if they're not a top 25 basketball team, there's something wrong. A lot of times we look at records and they play a vital part in whether a team's ranked, and we don't look at schedule strength. You know, coming into this game, by the way, Tennessee's rated #1 in the RPI. Their RPI is #1, yeah. So Bogans, Prince, Astill, Hawkins, and Smith on the floor for Kentucky down here at crunch time with 62 seconds left. Well, I've always had a problem with the RPI. I have the VBDI, the Vital Ball Index. That usually tells me. I like that one. Yeah. Remember, they got a fresh shot clock before that time. And a triple team on Hawkins. Now Smith. He's bumped by Harris. Tony Harris trying to control himself. Almost said something to the ref, but kept it to himself as he's fouled out with 12. Something tells me that the Cats are going to get their W tonight. And right out of the gate, they set the tone. They came out with spirit. They came out with enthusiasm, energy, and an excitement. The threes, and played with a lot of feeling tonight. There you see the mutual respect Tony Harris has with these Kentucky kids as Bogans and Smith embrace Tony Harris leaving. Plays so hard. He's played under control this year. Had a chance to share a lot of time with him today at the shoot around. Really an interesting kid. Picked this all-star team for me. He's with 13 points. I may have said 12. 13 on the night. A lot of diaper dandies in this game. In fact, on my website now, we have a poll trying to pick the best diaper dandy. And leading right now is Eddie Griffin. And also, number 2 is Zach Randolph. Please snook and vote. Get over to ESPN.com and just click on my name. Go to that poll and vote. Vote for your favorite diaper dandy. Here's Saul Smith, who wears regular underclothing. No diapers here. He's a senior. And Mama says, that's my guy. Oh, makes a wife feel so good when that husband gets the W. There's no in-between. I mean, you're either on cloud 9 as a coach or you're so low. And you need that supporting wife. You need that woman behind you big time to give you that kind of stability that's really important because the coaching world is unreal. And unless you've been there. Saul Smith knocks down 2 huge free throws. Grindstaff. Not a good pass. Yarbrough fouls Saul Smith. It's time to heat up the bus, baby. Get the bus warmed up. Get the bus ready to go to the airport. Keith Bogans backed up his quote. Look at him now. He's making like Slade did down there in Tennessee. He said, I vow to protect our turf. He just looked over at me and winked with good cause. There he is, taking it to the goal strong.
Keith
21
Bogans.
points tonight.
He's going to back you in, a little post move, a little turnaround Jay. Look at him taking it to the goal. There's the quote, "We are going to win this game. We're not going to lose." And then he walked the walk, man. He talked the talk. Keith Bogans. There's his numbers tonight.
21 points, which is close to his career high at his career high game against Indiana. In a game we brought you, he had 26, just took that game over. He took this game over as well when Kentucky needed him to. And Saul Smith uncharacteristically misses a couple of free throws. Grindstaff off the mark on a 3. Whoa, that goes right into the bench. Myron Samuels and Jerry Green got a whole bunch of their guard.
Samuels does an excellent job as well. Byron really got great knowledge of the game, running practice today with Jerry. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Bogan's going to be BMOC, big man on campus tomorrow. Is he going to be strutting? They're going to be chanting, "Joe Willie, name it, baby." Joe Willie. Oh, I'll chant that overrated. Remember, you got to go to Tennessee.
Yeah, that's right.
They got to go down to Tennessee.
Hogan's looking for some help. He's going to have to take a timeout. Good defense by Tennessee. Wait a minute. Maybe he didn't get it called in time. And that's what they're saying, is that Tennessee, or rather Kentucky, didn't get the timeout called in time, and so Tennessee's going to get it back. Hogan's apparently took more than 5 seconds. At least I think that's what the discussion's about.
Come on, Jimmy, hurry up. We got to go to Sports Center. We got to go to Sports Center.
Now the conversation's about whether Isaiah Victor can check back in with no time having elapsed.
Thanks,
And I think they're going to make him sit back down and bring Hayslip back in. Everybody looks confused, but Victor is going to have to take a seat again. That's what that's about.
I know you're going to sort it out. I have no problem. I know you're going to sort it all out. Got some sad news around here this week. One of my favorite horses was put to sleep.
Affirmed got put down.
Oh, I used to go down to the horse farm and head them and feel like $1 million. I used to love going down there. Used to be at Spendthrift for a while. Seattle Slew was there at one time.
Yeah, he had about 26 years of fun, though, didn't he?
Oh, geez, yeah. He was a great one. Triple crown winner.
30 seconds left in the game. Woods playing to 3. Smith, the outlet to Hawkins. See if he backs it out. That's the smart money. And he's fouled by Hayslip.
So you want to speed up the game? They're going to tell me that wasn't intentional? Wasn't intentional, 2 shots on a foul. You do that, you speed up the game. This Tennessee team has shown already that they have great character. When they got blown out by Virginia, they showed me 48 hours later going up to Syracuse and then going to Hawaii, beating a good Iowa team as well. There's no doubt in my mind that this club will come back again and finish up this year with a strong, strong year.
And they're going to have to do that again now as they've got Mississippi State in Knoxville. At least they get to go back home.
I mean, they saw me walk in today, the shooter out of Yarmouth says, "We were just talking, Nicky V. You had us against Virginia." And now when you and I walk in against Florida,
they're not going to want to see us.
Oh, we go down to Gatorland down there. They're going to say, "Oh, no."
Hawkins strips it from Yarbrough. He's trying to clear out of traffic now in the final 14 seconds. And he's fouled by Walker.
He's quick, Hawkins. I'll tell you, he's a penetrator.
Sometimes he's too quick for his own good.
Ralph Hacker was talking about him, the play-by-play guy, to me earlier today, and so one of the reasons they're getting a spark is because of Hawkins and Fitch. Here comes the overrated chant. Players are probably saying, "Don't say that. We got to go play in Tennessee."
This time he hits the free throw. 4 points for Hawkins.
They met every challenge Kentucky that Tennessee made against them. When they got the big lead, Tennessee made that little run, but they sustained it and came back.
Walker missed a jam. Bogans his last rebound of the night. And now he can celebrate because what he said has come to pass.
Oh, he feels like $1 million right now. He's got the Joe Willie smile. He's got the strut. He gives a big hug to Yarborough.
They won't beat us, said Keith Bogans, and he was right. They didn't. Final score, Kentucky 84, Tennessee 74. SportsCenter's coming up next. For Dick Vitale and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Brad Nessler. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. SportsCenter's next. Good night from Rupp Arena.